السلام عليكم. إن شاء الله اليوم مثل ما قلت لكم مس إيفونا حيكون لنا لقاء معكم أولياء أمور المرحلة الابتدائية حتى نحكي عن السكولوجي وعن الأسسمنت، كيف تحضير الطلاب حيكون للامتحانات تاعتلوها. أي أسئلة عندكم لو سمحتوا بس حطوها بالشات ومس إيفونا بتجاوبكم عليها أنا أو مس إيفونا بتجاوبكم عليها. معنا مستر مارتن اللي هو Assistant Vice Principal للميدل سكول والهاي سكول، حتى إذا في أي أسئلة على موضوع الابتدائي بالسكولوجي هيكون معنا هو كمان لأنه هو المسؤول عن السكولوجي. Okay, Miss Ivona, you can go ahead and start, please.
Okay, so yeah, as Ms. Hiba said there, here, we're holding this session to go through assessment information, our new platform Schoolology, some bits to do with homework, and then Ms. Hiba will have information about Arabic as well. So as we posted on Class Dojo, and this was emailed to the parents, assessments for grades 3 to 5 is starting on Monday, and it runs on until the following week. Information about this, like I said, so the types of questions and the amount of time that they're going to have for the tests and the exact exams that they're going to have was sent to everyone's emails, and it was posted on Class Dojo. Just before I continue as well, so yeah, you can write any of your questions that you have to me in the chat, and then at the end or as we go along, I'll try to answer them, but I'll probably just wait until the end once I'm finished and then go through any of the questions that you might have, because some of them might get answered as we're kind of going through the Zoom anyways. Now, just to inform you, yeah, grades 1 to 2 do not have formal assessments starting next Monday. These have been ongoing assessments that we've been doing internally in school for the last few weeks, and they'll continue for the next couple of weeks as well. Grades 3 to 5 have also been doing internal ongoing assessments just during lessons with the teacher, and they will continue as well for the next couple of weeks. So it's just grades 3 to 5 that are doing the formal exams next week. Hiba, do you want to do it like bit by bit and then you translate it, or will I just wait until?
I'll just do it at the end, don't worry, I'm taking my notes. So
you're taking notes. Okay. So in preparation for the exams next week, all the teachers from grade 3 to 5 posted a study guide on Class Dojo last week. In these study guides, there are the competencies or standards that are going to be covered and done on the test. There is a list of the vocabulary words to go with these competencies. We have posted the key PowerPoint lessons or the key areas that you need to focus on the PowerPoints. And then we also have assigned lots of different work on ExactPath and Study Island as an additional tool for you to use to revise with the kids. And we can continue to add to that if you wish over the next week. This was posted on the class story on Dojo, and we've also uploaded it onto Schoolology now. I'll go into that in a little bit more detail once I get onto Schoolology. But just in general, we have been posting all of the lessons since the start of the term on Class Dojo on the newsletter. So you can always go back and look at those if you want to look further into what we've covered this term. As with the revision guide, we've just kind of included the most important ones. We didn't want to give you too many PowerPoints to revise. We know that it's a lot of lessons, but they are available on Class Dojo from the beginning of the year on all of your class stories. We are also, so some teachers have already done it this week, but the rest of the teachers, we are going to send home the books with the kids today and tomorrow, as these will be a big help with you at home while you do the revision with the kids. So you'll be able to look at the lesson PowerPoints, and then you'll be able to look at the work that the kids have done in their copybooks and to assist you further with your study. Okay. So I'll move on to.
Before you, just 1 minute, Ms. Ivana. Before you move on to scholarship, let me just talk about this part. Okay,
yeah,
so it's not so much for the parents.
Yeah.
Okay. مثل ما خبرتكم مس إيفونا، نحن بصفوف الأول لخامس ما في عنا assessment لمرحلة أول وثاني كامتحانات مثل صفوف ثالث لخامس. الامتحانات أو التقييم بصف أول وثاني هو تقييم مستمر. already بدأ هذا التقييم داخلي مع المدرسات، حيكمل معنا للأسبوع اللي جاي. بس صفوف ثالث لخامس هي صفوف اللي بتاخد الامتحانات، هي امتحانات ليوا اللي تحضر من قبل ليوا ونحن بنعطيها للطلاب. وطبعا نماذج الأسئلة أو اللي الكونتنت المحتوى الامتحان نفسه هو اوريدي مغطى مع المدرسات. الجدول لكم كأولياء أمور نزل على الكلاس دوجو مع المواد المقررة، ونحطت مع الكفايات اللي لازم الطلاب يدرسوها وأهم النقاط اللي لازم تركزوا عليها مع أولادكم. وكل الباوربوينتس اللي انعطت للطلاب ونحطت اوريدي كلياتها موجودة على كلاس دوجو، فيكم انكم تدخلوا لها وتراجعوا مع أولادكم المادي للامتحان. وفي عنا كمان نحن عنا منصتين عم يشتغلوا عليها الطلاب اللي هن الإكزاكت باث وستدي ايلاند. كمان الطلاب عليهم هدول الطلاب يتمرنوا أكثر ويتدربوا على الأشياء اللي أخذوها بالصف. ونحن حنبعت مع أولادكم الدفاتر، لأن كل شغل أولادكم هو موجود داخل الدفاتر، بإمكانكم أنكم تشوفوا الباوربوينت اللي نحط على الكلاس دوجو وتتابعوا مع أولادكم الشغل بالدفتر. Okay, Miss Ivona?
Okay, thanks. And actually, just before I move on to Schoolology, I just want to say in terms of these assessments, like they're one part of many assessments that we're doing and many things that we're looking at when we're giving the end of term grades. So it's not just these assessments. We factor in the children's classwork, their homework, any kind of quizzes and tests that we do week to week. So just saying, yeah, it's not the be all and the end all, these exams, okay? Like they are important, but there's lots of other work that the children have done that have been taken into account with the marks that they're given every term. And I'm just looking at some of the questions in the chat box now. So a lot of you are asking, can you get examples of the exam or exam question test? Unfortunately, we are not allowed to provide examples of the exact type of questions that are going to come up on the test. What we can just provide is the standards that are going to be covered on the exam, and then the key areas within the PowerPoints that we believe are the most important for the exams. These exams are made by LIWA and they're the same for all of the schools. They're not done by individual teachers, so we can't provide exact exam questions for these. So I know a few people were asking about that. So I'll just move on. So that was the majority of the questions there. I'll just move on to Schoolology now. Just give me a second. Sorry, Hiba, I just sent a question there. Someone was asking in Arabic to you in the chat. Hopefully you can understand it. I'll just move on to Schoolology, or do you want to answer it now?
Yeah, a parent is telling me that she doesn't know exact path or study island. Like this is the first time she hears about it. She knows the Schoology. Okay, the parent ولية الأمر اللي ما عنده معلومات عن هذا الموضوع، بس لو سمحت تحط لي اسمها بالشات أو تبعت لي على الكلاس دوجو أسماء أولادها. Okay, and I asked the parent just to send me a message on class dojo.
Yeah.
About this and the names of the students. Okay.
Okay. And sorry, another parent just asked, there are all questions multiple choice questions. If you look at the parent information that was posted on Class Dojo and that was sent to your emails about the exams, it actually gives you a rundown of each exam. So for English, Math, Science, Arabic, Islamic, and Social Studies, it tells you exactly, it might say 10 multiple choice questions, 10 fill in the blanks, and then there might be one extended written question. Okay, so if you have a look at that PDF that was sent, you'll be able to see the exact type of questions that are going to be on each exam. Okay, so then everyone was sent their logins for Schoolology this week by IT to your email addresses. So they have been using it a bit more frequently in middle and high school for the last few weeks. And now we're starting to transition over from Class Dojo to Schoolology in the coming weeks, okay, up until the end of the term in elementary. So I'm just going to share my screen now because I know that some of you maybe have questions about how to actually log in and access it, and then what it looks like from the kids side, and then what that looks like for you. Okay, so I'll share my screen now. I just have an example here of a student from grade 4. So this is the email that you would have gotten from IT support. Okay, so if you look here, you have your student name, there's the username, the password, and then you click on this link here and it takes you to Schoolology here for the login. Okay, now I'll just copy and paste this username in. And just be careful if you are copying and pasting, sometimes it was leaving a space after the username for me. So then it was saying that it was incorrect. And then I'll copy the password. It's the same for everyone, the password. And I'll log in. Oh. Do you want to go, Hiba? Yeah.
Yeah, can you unmute Mr. Martin as well, please?
Oh yeah, I did press that.
Thank you.
Do you want to say something, Martin? No, I don't think so. No, you're okay. Okay, so it will take you to this here, and I'll just start up here. So if we look at the button on the top, there's courses, and then here you'll see the majority of the courses that the student is taking. Okay, so we have Arabic, Art, ICT, DT, everything here. And if you click into my courses here, it gives you a full list here, okay, because some of them might be missing from that previous one, as it can only fit 16 in. So if you come here, you can see all of the different courses that your child is taking. Okay, so if I want to go into the English for this student, I can click on section 4C, and then it will take me here to the materials. So you can see here that the teacher has uploaded the topic map for the term. The revision guide is here, and then we have the term 1 folders with the materials for lessons. Okay, so like if I click into topic map here, I can open up the topic map. If I click into the revision guide, you'll see that the revision guide is here. And then if I go back and if I click into term 1, we started to upload the materials from the half term. Okay, so after half term, we have week 7, week 8, week 9, week 10, week 11. Okay, if you click on this arrow, you'll see the different materials and gradings that are going for each of the subjects. Okay, so if I click onto this one here, it would open up the PowerPoint for English for week 7. Okay, now I'm not going to click into it here because it would take me to this student's particular grade book. But if I clicked into this term 1 week 7 classwork, this is the mark that the child has received for that week. Okay. If I clicked in here, the term 1 week 7 quiz, it would be maybe they did a spelling test or a quiz on Kahoot or some sort of activity in class. It would tell me what the mark is for this. And then the term 1 week 7 homework would tell me the homework mark that the teacher has given. Okay, so you can see this for all of the different. So here we have lesson 1, lesson 2, lesson 3, lesson 4, and then the marks here from the different parts of the week. Now, as I said, we are transitioning over from Google Classroom and the way we've done assessments before over to Schoolology. So just give the teachers another few days to make sure that everything is updated, all of the marks, all of the materials. The majority of them should be there. But yeah, just give them a few more days. And then after that, if you have any questions about particular marks or particular grades that they got on a certain week, the teacher will be able to help you with that. I think that was yeah, the information. So we have only given out the children logins, the student logins for now. In January, logins will be given to parents so that they also have access to this. Now, obviously, you'll be able to access your children's ones at home, but the parents' ones will be sent out in January as well. Hiba, do you want to go through that? I think
yeah. Okay, مثل ما شفتوا مس إيفونا دخلت على صف دخلتكم على صف حتى انتم كأولياء امور، يعني انتم هلا ما عندكم اكسس. الاكسس هلا هو انعطى للطلاب، بس انبعث للطلاب على الايميلات تبعولكم، وانتم ان شاء الله بشهر واحد من بعد ما نرجع من اجازه نص السنه اولياء الامور حيكون عندهم اكسس على السكولوجي، وتقدروا تدخلوا وتشوفوا كل الكويزز على اولادكم، المهمات اللي انعطت لهم، العلامات، الباوربوينت، يعني كل الشغل اللي عم بينعمل مع اولادكم حيكون موجود على سكولوجي، وانتم كاولياء امور حيكون عندكم خاصيه الدخول وتدخلوا وتشوفوا. هي معكم طبعا يوزر نيم وباسورد لكم انتم كاهل. مثل ما فرجتكم مس ايفونا، لما بتدخلوا بتختاروا الصف اللي هو ابنكم فيه، بتدخلوا على الماتيريال او المواد حتى تشوفوا شو داخل. مثلا هلا بالامتحان حتلاقوا في فولدر محطوط عليه تيرم 1، بقلب هذا الفولدر مقسم لاسابيع، من الاسبوع الاول للسابع كان كلياته نازل على الكلاس دوجو، كل الماتيريال الموجوده على الكلاس دوجو. من الاسبوع الثامن للاسبوع نحن ال 11 اللي فيه حتلاقوا كل الماتيريال موجوده. بس ليكم تعطوا فتره يعني يومين بعد ان شاء الله بتكون كل الماده كل شيء نازل على سكولوجي من ابن المدرسات. سيفونا.
Okay, thanks. And I do just want to say, Joe, all of the materials that are on Schoolology here now, it's nothing new like the lesson PowerPoints and anything than what we've been posting on Class Dojo. All of this has been available from the start of the year on Class Dojo, but we're just transitioning over now. So there's nothing new here except for the grades. Everything else you actually have had access to the whole time. Okay, now, like I said, if I clicked in here grades, you would see the grades that this child has gotten for English for this term, but I'm not gonna click into it here now. Okay, so that's how it looks for the students. And in the meantime, we will continue to post the newsletter and the homework as we have been doing on Class Dojo for the rest of this term, but eventually we will just move over completely to Schoolology in terms of posting those things. Class Dojo will mostly just be used for school announcements, or if there's something special coming up in class that week, maybe a science project or anti-bullying week, any information about those kind of things will be posted on Class Dojo, and then it will still be there as a form of communication between parents and teachers. Okay, I'll just stop sharing my screen there. Sorry, there was a few questions in the chat. So let me just have a look. Okay, if you didn't receive anything in regards to logins, can you message me privately on Class Dojo, and then I can get in touch with IT about that. And then, so if you have one. Yeah, so if you have more than one child, you're going to have to log, like, because I have more than one login, you have to log out of one child and then log back into another child if you're using it on the same device. And you can't, I'm not sure if you can switch between accounts. You may have to log out and then log back in.
They have to log on each account individually, Ms. Ivona.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Let me see, grade 1. So no, grade 1 doesn't have the exams like grade 3 to 5 does next week. They've been doing ongoing assessments in class with the teachers. So they've been doing letter recognition, phonics, they've been doing running records, mental maths, those kind of things that we did at the as baselines at the start of the year. They are doing them again now to see the progress from the beginning of the year. Okay, I'll send those. I'll just take note of that one down. Will the test be written on paper or done on a computer? So for the exams next week, Hiba, are they on paper or are they on PowerSchool paper?
On PowerSchool.
On
PowerSchool.
Yeah,
okay.
All assessments will be taken through Schoolology. So it'll be pushed out to students in grade 3 to 10. All assessments will go pushed out through Schoolology and students log in, and all computer based.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
No paper and pencil for any grade.
I just have another question there. Okay, so if some of you were having an issue, so I have a question there about the materials. So I know maybe on Class Dojo, because a lot of things are posted there, so you might have information about anti-bullying week, then there might be homework, and then there might be the newsletter, and things get moved down this class story. Schoolology is now a place where you will be able to go in, you'll pick the subject, and then you'll be able to just directly find all of the materials and the lessons for that subject in the one place. You won't have to scroll down through a class story to find any of the information, okay? So that's an answer to one of the questions there. And then, yeah, the teachers do post, starting from next week, we will be posting the material on Schoolology on Monday, the same way that we post the newsletter on Class Dojo on a Monday with the lesson PowerPoints. So every Monday, the teachers will do that for that following week. So next week, it will be week 12. All of the materials and lesson PowerPoints for week 12 will be posted for English, Math and Science on Schoolology. Okay.
Miss Ivana, just let me
Yeah.
من هلا لاخر الفصل نحن حيضل على الكلاس دوجو حتنزل النيوزلتر وبقلبها حيكون في الباوربوينت حتى المرحله الثانيه لما بشهر واحد نرجع هاي الماتيريال كلياتها بتنتقل على سكولوجي وهي اصلا هلا نزلت على سكولوجي بالملفات اللي انحطت لكم فانتم هلا عندكم مكانين تدخلوا عليها من سكولوجي ومن الكلاس دوجو اوكي.
Yeah, and someone's asking about KG. So KG will also be using Schoolology and grade 1 and 2. So it's all of the grades in the school will be using this. And for KG, Miss Nyasha will be in touch about information on how they'll be using Schoolology in her section, because it will be slightly different from KG to elementary to middle and high school. It won't be exactly the same. And yeah, the Arabic teachers sent the material for the exams on Schoolology, and like I said, all of the logins and Class Dojo, all of the logins were sent on Tuesday, so you have had access to it since then. Can we add the attendance? So they're asking about adding attendance. So that's on. So someone's asking, can we add attendance of students to the program on a daily basis in the early morning so we can know if their child is there or not? That's going to be done on, that's done on PowerSchool. Is Martin or Hibba, would you know anything about that? Is there anything? So they're asking if attendance, if parents can have access to attendance to make sure that their children are showing up to lessons. Martin, sorry.
Mr. Martin.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, so on PowerSchool, yes, there will be, or on Schoology, there will be an area where you will see, like, if it's tardy. So there's an area where it will show up tardiness, which means late to lessons, and also there'll be an area where you will see where they'll have absences as well. So that I'm pretty sure is available, where you can see if they've been late to specific lessons and things like that. There is a column where parents have access to that. Yeah.
Okay, thanks. And the Arabic exams, yeah, they'll be done on Schoolology as well. And someone asked about that, so they will be done on Schoolology. And
بالنسبة لامتحانات العربي من صف ثالث لخامس هن حيكونوا على سكولوجي مثل بقية المراحل مثل بقية الامتحانات. صف أول الثاني حيكونوا مع المدرسات داخل الصف يعني التقييم المستمر. Okay.
Thanks. Someone asked about Mastery Connect in the chat as well. We've moved away from Mastery Connect completely, and this is what we're going to be using from now on, Schoolology. So that won't be used anymore. So, okay, I think, yeah, I've gone through all of the questions in the chat there for now. The last thing that I wanted to talk about, yeah, it was just an update with the homework, okay? So this year we've been sending home copybooks for you to complete the children's homework in every week. It's sent home every Monday, and the homework is posted on a Monday as well. And then they have all week to complete it. You can send in the copybook whenever the children are finished. But they do have until Friday to complete all of their work, and then just give the teachers a bit of time because they're getting in maybe 30 copybooks to correct. So if it's not corrected straight away, just give them a bit of time to correct these. And can everyone just make sure that they are getting their children to complete the homework, as there is a small percentage of end of term marks that goes towards the homework. So if there's any homework that you want to go back over in the last few weeks that you maybe didn't do, the teachers will be a bit more lenient with the due date on those, and they can extend it. For now, we'll continue to post, like I said, the newsletter and the homework on Class Dojo, but eventually then we'll move away from the newsletter and the homework on Dojo, and it will only be posted as assignments and materials on Schoolology. Okay, that will start in term 2. We'll keep doing both of them for now at the minute, but then eventually we will just move away from Schoolology. I think that was all of the information that I had. Anyways, was there anything about Arabic that you wanted to add, Hiba, or did I miss anything?
No, just it's the same. The students يعني الطلاب هن حيكونوا عم بيعملوا مراجعات مع المدرسين داخل الصف. الدفاتر حتروح معهم للطلاب الأول والثاني ما عندهم امتحانات، عم بصير التقييم لهم تقييم مستمر داخل الصف مع المدرسات. إذا في أي ملاحظة عندكم بعتوا لي إياها على فيكم تبعتوا لي إياها على الكلاس دوجو. Okay.
Okay, Hiba, I just had a parent ask, will Arabic B children be able to understand the questions? Will they be with English translation for the exams?
Yes.
There's English translation, okay. And someone asked you about the parent access. Like I said, for now, the students just have their login credentials, and then in January, the parents will be getting sent their login details as well. And ExactPath and Study Island, it just depends. Sometimes teachers use ExactPath and Study Island for homework in a certain week, and then other weeks it might just be work done in the copybook that's sent home every Monday. So you just need to keep up to just have a look at what we're posting on Class Dojo and now on Schoolology so that you can see which one is being used. But when you log into ExactPath and Study Island, you'll see if there's an assignment there, then it would either be for homework or maybe they're completing something in class.
And Ms. Ivona, I just want to answer a parent. I received a message on Class Dojo. If we are if we're just deleting or we're moving away completely from Class Dojo. نحن ما بنلغي الكلاس دوجو، الكلاس دوجو مش حيلتغى، بس ولكن حيكون بس للتواصل معكم، بس للتواصل. بينما إذا كل الأشياء الأكاديمية حتكون على سكولوجي. يعني نحن لآخر الترم مثل ما قلت لآخر الفصل مكملين بسكولوجي، حتنزل النيوزلتر عليه، هينزل عليه الباوربوينتس، بس ولكن مع بداية الفصل الثاني نحن حنحول completely على سكولوجي، بس حيكون الكلاس دوجو هو فقط للتواصل مع أولياء الأمور. إذا المدرسة في أي رسائل بدنا نبعثها لكم، أي تواصل بدنا إياه مع أولياء الأمور، حيكون على الكلاس دوجو فقط للتواصل مع أولياء الأمور، بس كل الأمور الأكاديمية حتكون على سكولوجي.
Okay, thanks. Sorry, if I said I was moving away from Schoolology, I meant we were going to be moving away from Class Dojo to Schoolology, if that was a mistake there that I made.
Yeah, so, I'm just clarifying that Class Dojo will be for communication. All academic work will be moved all of it to Schoolology.
Yeah. And is there a dojo for grade 6?
Yes.
Yeah, there is. Okay.
Yes, there is.
If you don't have access to the one in grade 6, could you maybe message or send an email to Mr. Martin? Because there should be access for grade 6 on Class Dojo because they need to communicate with the teachers. So yeah, that should be there. And then I know so that's the reason. So saying that there are many portals for the students to use. This is why we are moving to Schoolology. Everything is going to be in the one place. So you won't have Class Dojo and then Google Classroom and then separate ones. Everything will be in the one place. So everyone will be using this one portal. And then obviously we are still going to have the other online platforms like ExactPath, Study Island, RazKids. Maybe some of you have Education City or BrainPop, the logins that we sent in at the beginning of the year. We will still be using them as resources to help with the teaching and with the revision with the kids. But everything else, all the materials, all the communication, everything will eventually all be on the one portal with Schoolology. So that answer, I think I've answered everyone's question in the chat. Does anybody else have any other questions? We can stay on for another couple of minutes. Just
هل في أي ملاحظات في أي ملاحظات، أي أسئلة عن المواد العربي، عن المواد الإنجليزية، يعني أي أسئلة عندكم إياها بليز حطوها بالشات حتى نقدر نجاوبكم عليها. وأي شيء فيكم دايما تبعتونا طبعا على الكلاس دوجو.
Okay, while we wait, I just want to say thanks to everyone for attending today's meeting, and this will be posted onto Class Dojo for you to review if there was anything that you still were a bit unsure of. And obviously, I'm always here if you have any questions, so is Ms. Hibba, Mr. Martin, and your homeroom teachers as well. So don't hesitate to reach out if you need anything.
Yeah, I just want to probably at the beginning, Miss Ivona, we didn't introduce ourselves. Miss Ivona is Miss Ivona هي منسقة المرحلة الابتدائية، هي المسؤولة عن القسم الابتدائي من أول لخامس. أنا هبة نائبة المديرة. مستر مارتن هو كان معنا، هو مسؤول عن المرحلة المتوسطة والمرحلة العليا. فأي شيء بيختص بالقسم الابتدائي فيكم دايما تبعتوا لمس إيفونا أو فيكم تبعتوا لي أنا على الكلاس دوجو. يعني نحن نشتغل مع بعضنا كتيم، فدايما بنوصل الملاحظات ونشتغل عليها مع بعض. Okay.
Yeah, if you have any questions, will you just write them in the chat? Someone just typed there saying they have questions. Can you type them in the chat for me? And I'll wait a couple of minutes then.
حتى لو الأسئلة بالعربي مس إيفونا أنا عم تبعت لي العربي دغري، ففيكم دغري يعني عادي تكتبون بالعربي إذا بتحبوا، مس إيفونا بتبعت لي إياهم دغري.
Okay, so yeah, I hope it was a help for you all today in understanding the assessments and then our move to Schoolology. Like I said, we are just transitioning over to it. So I think everyone just needs maybe a week or two just to do that transition smoothly. So just give it a bit of time. And like I said, yeah, the assessments are important next week, but they're not the be all and end all. Like there's lots of factors that go into their marks. So, the grades. So yeah, the grade section in Schoolology. Okay, I'll just quickly go through that. So the grades can be based on classwork that is done during the term. It can be based on homework. It can be based on a test or a quiz that is done within the class. And then it is based on the exams that they are doing next week as well. Okay. So the end of term marks that your children will receive will be based on those different grade sections, and you will be able to see week by week on Schoolology how they are getting on in those different areas. Now, some weeks project is also another one, sorry that I forgot. So some weeks they might have done classwork and they'll have done homework and then they might have done a quiz. The next week they might have done classwork, homework and a project. So it doesn't necessarily mean that every week all 5 or 6 of those categories will be used. It depends on the week and what is being done in class. So you'll see that once you start kind of looking around and navigating Schoolology yourself, you'll see that certain weeks will have different categories in the weeks for their marks. So I hope that explains the grade section. Hiba, I'm just going to send you a question in Arabic.
Okay.
It's on there.
بالنسبة للامتحانات, she's asking me if we're going to send a copy of the exam.
Yeah.
Or just for the parents to know the mistakes. بس حيكون عندكم العلامة تاعت الطالب حتنزل على Schoology, بس ما حيكون في نسخة من الامتحان نفسه. There won't be a copy of the exam. The parents will only have the grade.
Yeah. I'm just sending. I sent you another couple there in Arabic. Just in terms, someone said, if you haven't received your link for Schoolology, can you personally get in touch with me on Class Dojo? I'm connected to all of elementary classes. So send me a message there and I can get in touch with IT. Okay.
Schoology فيه له application طبعا, بس هو already موجود على الويب, يعني ولادكم إذا بيدخلوا عليه عندكم أنتم ودوا لكم على الإيميل اليوزر نيم والباسورد لأولادكم لا تقدروا تدخلوا عليه. Okay.
Thanks.
هو مفتوح للطلاب هلا. نعم, الطلاب بيقدروا يدخلوا عليه, عم يشتغلوا عليه مع المدرسين.
Thanks. And someone asked there if the lessons from this week will be in the exam. No, it's only the ones that we have sent on the revision guide. It was all the work that we had covered up until the 4th of November. So any standards that we've covered before that, they are included in the test, but nothing after that will be included in it. I'm just sending you something else.
ما في أوراق التدريب، ما في أوراق مراجعة. إذا قصدكم أوراق المراجعة، أوراق مراجعة ما في للامتحانات، لا. لأنه هي ما في أوراق مراجعة تنعطى للطلاب، بس الأسئلة نمط الأسئلة يعني هي حتكون من الأشياء اللي الطلاب غطوها داخل الصف مع المدرسين. Okay, she's asking me if they can have any practice for the exams or any probably revision sheets that the parents, so they know the type of questions. And I'm answering that we have no revision sheets will be given to the students. The types of the questions will be from the things that the students have taken in class with their teachers.
Just like I said as well, just give the teachers a few days to get all of the materials uploaded from the half term. So we're doing it from half term. Everything before that, it was provided for on Class Dojo on the newsletters. Now I can get the teachers to start uploading once they have week 7 to week 11 done. They can go back and they can start uploading from week 1, but for now the priority is just from week 7, as all of the other materials were available on the newsletters in the previous weeks before that. And if you're asking, so a copy of the test, like Ms. Hiba said, it won't be given, but I know you want to know the areas of weakness or that your children need to focus on. The teacher will take this into account when they are making the targets for the child for term 2. So you will be able to sit down and discuss that with your teacher when the parent conferences are on in January. You can look at the marks that they got and then the targets that they have based off of how they did in these exams.
Okay, just hold on, Ms. Ivona, please. بالنسبة للي شرحته Ms. Ivona، هلا أنه كأولياء أمور ما فيكم تاخذوا نسخة عن الامتحان، بس ولكن لما المدرسات توصلوا للنتائج حيكونوا يعرفوا طبعا شو نقاط يعني شو الأهداف اللي لازم يحطوها للطلاب ليشتغلوا عليهم. هذا الشيء بنناقشوه معكم باجتماع أولياء الأمور الثاني اللي حيصير. Go ahead.
Okay, and sorry, I'll probably just get one more question in because we have less than a minute. So should we help the students do revision at home or it will be done in class? It's a mixture. So we have been doing revision during lessons this week and we will continue to do it next week depending on the day that the exam is on. And you can help them at home with the revision guides that we've sent on Class Dojo and that are now available on Schoolology. Okay, so the Zoom will probably cut off now in a few seconds. Again, I just want to say thanks to everyone for coming and I hope you found this useful.
شكرا لكم جميعا. شكرا على حضوركم معنا وعلى الأسئلة اللي وجهتوا لنا إياها، وإذا في عندكم أي شيء تاني بتحبوا تسألوا عنه أو أي استفسار دايما فيك تبعتوا لنا أنا أو مس إيفونا على الكلاس دوجو. اوكي، شكرا لكم جميعا ويعطيكم ألف عافية.